Awesome. So, our topic, genre tags.
Genres.
Here's a okay. So I don't know. You know that feeling when you're on Bandcamp and you're wondering, I wonder what kind of music this band is, and then it's like postmodern rock but removed twice. It's like one of the second cousin twice removed type deals, and I'm just like,
where you're trying to pitch a band to someone, you're like, yeah, they're like this proto punk, but like a dash of like synth pop, and people are like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, things have been getting so defined now. People are very particular, or at least try to be particular with what they're trying to play. So, does all that get watered down? Does it get washed out? Like, what are your guys' thoughts on?
Yeah, at what point does it get superfluous?
Like people really sound. They'll ask, "Is that a real genre? Is that actually
exactly? Does it exist?
Avant-garde jazz?
Did you make that up?
Progressive dream punk? Does that work?"
Yeah, I think it's like pretty subjective. It's interesting talking about genres with musicians and then talking about genres with like industry people, because it almost feels like it's a completely different like set of languages.
Oh yeah.
And it's like we're all talking about the same music, but we're using like completely different words. Like it's like really bizarre.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to musicians, everyone's kind of just like, yeah, this is the art that we make. We just make stuff. And whereas when it comes to industry or fans or whatever, they get very analytical.
Totally.
About it,
I think musicians also like will try and like they're trying to I don't know, find something new, find a new sound, redefine something, and like when you maybe it's like subconscious or something, but you kind of don't want to like sound like something else. You want to like pave your own way. So maybe subconsciously they're like don't like being labeled for that reason, because you're like, yeah, I make rock, but I'm not AC/DC. You know what I mean? You want to like when you start to like think of the category, maybe it has something to do with that.
And also on that same note about how with artists sort of sticking to a same genre or even like crossing multiple genres within the same album. I've been listening to a lot of King Cruel's latest album, which is actually crazy because like half of it blends into this no wave punk music, and then
with those interludes,
and then it comes into these like produced sort of down tempo jazzy tracks that he does.
Totally.
It's like one track into another, but kind of works,
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I think that's really cool when people like mix up stuff like that, because there's so much saturation. Like we have so much access to like everything now, and it's cool that people just do whatever. Like you don't need to make like a rock album. You can just do whatever you want.
I think this is like a Ray Charles quote where he's like, I don't know if he's talking about mix or if he's talking about just a song or whatever, but he'll be like, at the end of it, like if it sounds good, like if you're like what you're hearing, it's good. It doesn't have to be done this way, done that way. It doesn't have to, it could be a jazz thing into a funk thing, into a rock thing, into whatever. But as long as at the end of the day you're listening, you're like, oh, this is awesome, then like you're done.
Smart man.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of view genre tags like any classification system is inherently so wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like our brains like these like very simplified, organized things which don't really reflect actual reality, but there's some part of us that like kind of likes it or just does it anyway because it's like easy, and it's nice to walk into a music store and just like know these like different areas, and you just kind of like go to your area, I don't know. But I think it's all wrong.
That's my perspective on it as well. I feel like it's much more to do with the people who are curating the music as opposed to the artists themselves designating their own art, which is backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.